Hello everybody! Today we're going to be making a spin-off of apple pie, which is jujube pie with jujubes. These are very yummy Asian fruits, and they remind me of an apple, but I think they're a lot sweeter in a lot smaller of a form. So, my dad literally wakes up so early in the morning to go get these from the farmer's market, and this was so worth it. So, for the pastry part, this is my mom's foolproof recipe. It took her so long to perfect, and she tried so many different strategies. But the main thing is that we're going to incorporate the flour in two steps. The first one right now, by the way, this is all happening in a food processor. We are currently food processing. First one now, and then the first one a little bit later. So do not add all your flour at the same time. That's number one. Number two is, in order for the dough to form the way we like it, the butter needs to go in cold. So we're not heating anything this is not room temperature, we're not melting anything at all. It's cold, and we're chopping it up into cubes and then putting it in the food processor. So do this as quickly as possible because you do not want this melting. You want to keep it hard. And it should honestly cream up, not cream, but just get creamier on its own. Or just softer, I guess. And now we're going to add the rest of the flour. So first before the butter, and then after the butter. And that is the secret. And then basically you're done. In terms of secret things with the dough. And you're also going to add 4 tablespoons of water that is very cold as well. Just keep in mind, cold and flour before and after. That is the two things. And you're also not going to be kneading it with your hands. Just use a spoon just to get it to stick and form together. There is such a thing as over kneading, and you do not want to keep playing with this dough. We want to keep it as cold as possible. Remember that. And once that's just at least sticking together, you can go ahead and put it on an anti-stick surface or just with flour on your countertop and just mold it with your hands into a ball. So we could split it into 2 equal parts. And what's cool about this recipe is it makes 2 pies basically. And the second piece of dough we're actually going to be making apple pie with later, so keep an eye out for that. And what's nice is these can stay fresh for 3 days in your fridge, but then up to 3 months in your freezer. So just think of it as an investment for future dessert nights. I feel like the best time to make dessert is when it's spontaneous. It just tastes better when you're craving it, so you should just do this in advance. And now we're going to move on to the filling, which is going to be walnut cream. So it's very simple. It's just walnuts and water, and then it'll form into a cream of its own. It's kind of like oat milk or almond milk, how that forms. This will do the same thing. But yeah, we do have to add some sugar though, and you have to keep incorporating over time the walnuts. Once again, do not add everything in at once. It's not gonna work. Or it might, but it'll just work badly, I guess. So yeah, just food process, walnuts, let that get incorporated, and then keep repeating until you get a nice and thick and fluffier cream. And finally, to the actual main ingredient of this pie, we're going to be chopping up some jujubes. So go ahead and remove the seed, or just chop around the seed into nice little slices because we're going to be decorating or putting our pie on top of it. And the dough is going to be a little bit hard right out of the fridge, but after you start rolling it out for a little bit, it'll become so easy. So just get through that little rough patch in the beginning, and then it will be an easy time. And my mom is using a non-stick surface here, but she also totally puts it on the counter with just some flour once again, so don't be afraid to do that. And I know it seems like the parts are ripping off, but no worries. She literally would rip it off from one place and move it around to another, and it'll just stick right on again, so don't worry. We're just trying to get at least the middle completely flat so we can lay it over our little pan we're going to be working in. But yeah, no stress about the sides. They're going to get tucked in anyways. So little hack to do this, just roll your dough up around your rolling pin and then roll it out over your tin or your pan. What would you even call this? I think it's not a bowl. I'd call it a tin, but it's not aluminum. Anyways, I don't really know. But just fold now the sides in. You don't want it to look super uneven. And then my mom is going to do this little like knuckle hand technique to make the cute little corners across the pie. So first she's flattening it in, and then she's going to do this, I think. Like right now, yeah. So just use your knuckle and press in to make little corners to make it really look like a pie. And then you're going to add the walnut filling, cream, and right in the middle. And on top of that, the jujubes, and try to lay them out kind of nice so that, because this is going to be the top of your pie obviously, so don't just do it randomly. And then stick it in the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Keep an eye on it until it is nice and golden brown. And that's it. You're ready to serve. Hope you guys enjoy jujubes, in case you haven't heard of them ever, and that you love this pie. Happy jujube pieing. Bye!